You think you know about haunted? You think you've seen the darkest corners of the world? You're about to step into a realm where fear is the only constant, where the veil between our world and the next is tissue thin. We're talking about places so saturated in energy, so marked by tragedy and loss, that the echoes of the past refuse to stay silent. These ain't your grandma's ghost stories, folks. This is the real deal. Get ready to explore the darkest corners of the globe, from ancient prisons to cursed forests. We're about to embark on a journey into the heart of the paranormal, where every shadow holds a story, and every whisper could be a message from beyond. Buckle up, because we're going deep into the unknown. This is the top 10 most haunted places on Earth. Our first stop is a place that needs no introduction, the Tower of London. This ain't just some old castle, folks. This place has seen centuries of unimaginable pain and suffering. Built in 1078, it's been witness to executions, torture, imprisonment, you name it. The tower's seen the worst of humanity. And where there's that much suffering, you know there's gonna be some serious paranormal baggage. We're talking about a place where people were brutally murdered, their last breaths leaving an imprint on the very stones. You can practically feel the weight of history pressing down on you, the sorrow, the anger, the fear. It's no wonder that the tower is crawling with restless spirits. They're trapped here, bound to the site of their torment, unable to find peace. Now we're heading across the pond to the American South, a place steeped in its own dark history. The Myrtles Plantation in Louisiana is a beautiful antebellum mansion, but don't let the charming facade fool you. This place has a heart of darkness. Built in 1796 on land said to be cursed, the Myrtles has seen its fair share of tragedy. We're talking about murders, unexplained deaths, and a palpable sense of dread that hangs heavy in the air. See, the thing about the South is it doesn't let go of its secrets easily. The land remembers the blood that's been spilled, the cries of the innocent, the whispers of the damned. And at the Myrtles, those whispers are deafening. People have reported seeing full-bodied apparitions, hearing disembodied voices, and feeling an overwhelming sense of oppression within the house. It's like stepping into another dimension, where the laws of nature are bent, and the line between living and dead is blurred. But there's one spirit at the Myrtles that stands out from the rest. Chloe. She was a slave on the plantation, forced to endure unimaginable cruelty at the hands of her masters. Legend has it, she got her revenge by poisoning a birthday cake, killing the plantation owner's wife and 2 daughters. Now, Chloe's spirit is said to roam the Myrtles, forever bound to the site of her suffering and her vengeance. People claim to see her apparition, dressed in a green turban and a sorrowful expression on her face. But Chloe ain't alone. Children's laughter echoes through the halls, unseen hands tug at your clothes, and cold spots send chills down your spine. The Myrtles Plantation is a place where the past is very much alive, a stark reminder that some wounds never truly heal. Guys, we're standing at the edge of Aokigahara, known as the Suicide Forest. This place is shrouded in an oppressive energy, a darkness that seems to cling to the very trees themselves. You can feel the weight of the thousands of souls lost here, their energy trapped beneath a canopy of silence. Just stepping foot into this forest sends chills down my spine. The air is thick with an unnatural stillness, broken only by the crunch of our footsteps on the forest floor. It's like this place itself is holding its breath, suffocating under the weight of its own tragic history. The stories of Aokigahara are as chilling as they are heartbreaking. People come here seeking solace, seeking an end to their pain, but what they find is often something far more sinister. I can feel it, the despair, the anguish. It permeates every inch of this place. We've heard countless accounts of disembodied voices whispering through the trees, of shadowy figures appearing and disappearing in the mist. Some say the spirits here are angry, trapped and unable to escape the forest's grasp. We're here to confront that darkness, to see what lies hidden beneath the surface. The energy here is palpable, almost suffocating. You can feel the hair on your arms stand on end, a primal instinct kicking in, telling you to turn back, to run. But we're not here to run. We're here to face whatever might be lurking in the shadows. People think of ghosts as these distant things, echoes of the past. But here in Aokigahara, they feel closer, more real. You can almost sense their presence, feel their eyes watching your every move. Our equipment is picking up strange fluctuations in the electromagnetic field, spikes that defy explanation. Could this be the energy of the spirits making themselves known, reaching out from beyond the veil? We're going deeper into the forest, into the heart of the unknown. We need to understand what drives so many to this place of despair and what, if anything, remains of them once they're gone. We're now standing within the walls of the Castle of Good Hope, South Africa's oldest colonial building. It's seen centuries of history, much of it dark and violent. You can practically feel the weight of that history bearing down on you, the echoes of suffering etched into these very stones. This place served as a prison, a place of torture and despair. It's no wonder that so many restless spirits are said to roam these halls, their anguish clinging to the air like a thick fog. The Dutch East India Company built this fortress in the 17th century. They say blood stains the ground beneath the courtyard, a grim reminder of the executions that took place here. Those condemned to die spent their last moments within these walls, their fear and agony seeping into the very foundation of this place. We've heard stories of Lady Anne Barnard, a former resident whose ghostly apparition is said to roam her old quarters. Some say she's searching for something, a lost love perhaps, or maybe just peace in death that she never found in life. One of the most infamous stories from the castle is that of the black dog. This isn't just some cute, friendly pup, though. This thing is massive, they say, with glowing red eyes and a growl that can shake you to your core. Some say the black dog is a demonic entity, a harbinger of doom. Others believe it's the spirit of a soldier, driven mad by the horrors he witnessed within these walls. Whatever it is, we're not taking any chances. The bell tower is another hotspot for paranormal activity. Guards used to stand watch here, keeping a watchful eye on the harbor, but many met untimely ends, falling victim to accidents or foul play. Now, their spirits are said to linger, forever bound to their posts. We're going to attempt communication with whatever entities might be present. Our goal is to understand their pain, their anger, and hopefully help them find some semblance of peace. But we know that in a place like this, anything is possible. The Banff Springs Hotel, a stunning example of early 20th century architecture nestled in the heart of the Canadian Rockies. Beneath its grand exterior lies a history shrouded in mystery. Stories of guests who checked in but never truly left. Opened in 1888, it became known for its resident ghosts, entities with unfinished business tethered to this world. You can feel it the moment you step inside. The energy here is different, not malevolent, but present. One tragic story is that of the ghost bride. She died on her wedding day. Her spirit haunts the grand staircase. Guests report seeing a woman in a white gown gliding through the halls. Then there's Sam the bellman, who never truly left. Guests have seen him in his old uniform, helping with luggage. We're here to uncover the truth, no matter how unsettling it may be. Guys, we're about to set foot on Poveglia Island, a place shrouded in such dark history it's hard to even imagine. This place was a dumping ground for the sick and dying during the Black Death. Thousands upon thousands of plague victims were brought here to die. They say the soil beneath our feet is practically made of human remains. Can you feel that? The air is thick with dread. It's like the echoes of suffering are embedded in every stone, every blade of grass. I'm getting chills just thinking about the unimaginable pain that unfolded here. People say that the island is haunted by the spirits of those who died here, driven mad by plague and despair. They say you can hear their screams at night, echoing across the water. We're about to step into a nightmare, a place where the veil between the living and the dead is thin as smoke. And I have a feeling whatever's here, it wants to be heard. This island was later used as a quarantine zone again in the 1800s and finally as a mental asylum. Imagine the torment, the cries for help that must have soaked into these very walls. They say a doctor here went mad, performing horrific experiments on his patients. Driven to insanity by the island itself, he eventually threw himself from the bell tower, but the energy here, it's not just sadness or despair, it's pure, unadulterated evil. It's like something dark took root on this island, feeding off the pain and suffering for centuries. We've investigated some of the most haunted places on Earth, but this feels different. This is pure, concentrated darkness. We are not alone here. This is Eastern State Penitentiary, once one of the most feared prisons in America. They called it a prison of the mind, designed to break the spirit of even the most hardened criminals. But some things, once imprisoned, refuse to leave. These cell blocks once housed some of the most notorious criminals in history, Al Capone, Slick Willie Sutton, but the real prisoners now are the spirits trapped within these walls. You can feel it, can't you? The weight of their rage, their despair, pressing down on us. This place is a tinderbox of raw, negative energy. We've heard the stories, seen the evidence, shadowy figures lurking in the cells, disembodied whispers echoing through the corridors. But tonight, we're hoping for more than just whispers. Tonight we confront the darkness head-on. They say the guards here were brutal, the punishments inhumane. Solitary confinement, sensory deprivation, it drove many men mad. And that madness, that anguish, it lingers still. We've brought in our equipment, the most advanced paranormal investigation tools in the world, to try and communicate with whatever remains here. To hear their stories, to understand their pain. EVPs, thermal imaging, we're not leaving any stone unturned. This isn't just about hunting ghosts, it's about respecting the history, the suffering that unfolded within these walls. We're here to give these lost souls a voice, to allow them to tell their stories, but we also need to be prepared for the possibility that some of them may not want to be found. Edinburgh Castle. Perched high atop this volcanic rock, it's a symbol of Scottish pride and resilience, but beneath the grandeur, a darker history whispers. Centuries of battles, betrayals, and bloodshed have soaked these stones in tragedy. Kings and queens have walked these halls, but so have prisoners and soldiers. This castle has seen it all: sieges, executions, even outbreaks of plague. Is it any wonder that restless spirits still roam these ramparts? People have reported seeing a phantom piper, forever marching the grounds, his mournful tune a reminder of battles past. And then there's the headless drummer, said to appear whenever Scotland faces danger. We're here to investigate the stories, to separate fact from fiction. But one thing's for sure, there's an undeniable energy here, a palpable sense of history that goes beyond the physical. Deep within the castle walls lies the dungeon, a chilling labyrinth of cells where prisoners were kept in unimaginable conditions. You can practically feel the despair, the anguish etched into the stone. It's said that the spirits of those who perished here still linger, bound to the castle by their suffering. Some say they can hear the clanking of chains, the muffled cries of tortured souls. We're going deep into the heart of the castle, into the darkest corners where fear reigns. Our goal is to make contact, to understand the stories these spirits hold. But we have to be careful. This castle is a vortex of paranormal energy, and we don't want to become trapped in its grip. We're walking a tightrope between the world of the living and the realm of the dead, and one wrong step could send us tumbling into the abyss. We're heading deep into the heart of Transylvania, a place steeped in folklore and shrouded in mystery. This ain't your typical walk in the woods, folks. This is Hoia Baciu Forest, where the veil between our world and the other side seems to thin to almost nothing. People have vanished without a trace in these woods. Locals whisper about strange lights, unexplained sounds, and a heavy oppressive energy. They say it's like the forest itself is alive, watching, waiting. The second we stepped foot in here, the hair on the back of my neck stood on end. There's a palpable energy here, something you can feel in your gut. It's like the laws of nature get a little blurry. Time seems to distort, compasses spin wildly, and people report feeling disoriented. We're not just talking about your average ghost stories here. Hoia Baciu is in a league of its own. We're talking UFO sightings, electromagnetic anomalies, and bizarre vegetation mutations. This place is a magnet for the paranormal, a vortex of unexplained phenomena. One of the most unsettling things about Hoia Baciu is the feeling of dread that washes over you the moment you enter. It's like stepping into a nightmare you can't wake up from. People report sudden and intense feelings of anxiety, nausea, and even physical pain. There's a clearing in the forest, a perfect circle devoid of any vegetation. Locals believe it's a portal, a gateway to another dimension. They say that's where most of the strange activity seems to be centered. We're setting up our equipment in this clearing tonight. If there's any truth to the legends, this is where we're most likely to encounter whatever entities call this place home. Even with all my years of experience, there's a part of me that's a little apprehensive about what we might find. This isn't just about capturing evidence of the paranormal. This is about confronting the unknown, about staring into the abyss and seeing what stares back. This is Hoia Baciu, and tonight we're venturing into the heart of darkness. We're in Gloucestershire, England, at a place that's been sending chills down spines for centuries, the ancient Ram Inn. This isn't some fancy hotel, folks. Built in 1145, the ancient Ram Inn has a history as dark as the shadows that cling to its corners. It's seen it all: murder, suicide, witchcraft, and unspeakable rituals. Some say it sits atop a pagan burial ground, a conduit for restless spirits. The moment you step inside, you can feel it: a suffocating heaviness, a bone-chilling coldness. We've talked to the current owner, and the stories he's told us, they're the stuff of nightmares. Unexplained noises, objects moving on their own, and full-bodied apparitions. This place is a hotbed of paranormal activity, and we're here to document it all. The most terrifying presence is said to be a succubus, a demonic entity that preys on the living. We've set up cameras in the most active areas, hoping to capture evidence of these entities. The ancient Ram Inn is not for the faint of heart. This is a place where evil makes its home. From the haunted forests of Romania to the ancient inns of England, we've journeyed to some of the most haunted corners of the globe, confronting the unknown and seeking answers to the mysteries that lie beyond the veil. These places, as terrifying as they may be, remind us that there's more to this world than meets the eye. They challenge our understanding of reality and force us to confront the possibility that we are not alone. But this is just the beginning. The search for answers never ends. There are countless other haunted locations out there, each with its own chilling tales and restless spirits. And we'll be there, cameras in hand, ready to document it all. If you enjoyed this journey into the heart of darkness, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more spine-chilling content from the Curiosity Circuit. Join us as we continue to explore the unknown and delve deeper into the world of the paranormal. The truth is out there, and we're gonna find it. And